So, well, I was going to say something flattering about Rick, but I guess I'll do it anyway.
Okay.
So Rick's a CPA. He's actually our CPA. He's given us some amazing cost-cutting, tax-cutting strategies. He's multiple time author. He's been quoted in every major publication you can think of. Circulation seems to be holding up despite the quotes. And so we actually started getting some tax questions here, but I wanted you to talk. You've been sending out some great videos to, I guess, your clients. And one of them that caught my eye was what you were saying about the PLUS loan, which I guess applies to not just business owners, but then you have some specific tips for business owners exclusively. So can you walk through a couple of those hot tips, please?
All righty. Well, the PLUS loan, it's a loan for parents for undergraduate students, and you can borrow up to the cost of attendance at that college minus any financial aid offered. So say child's going to Harvard and they're offered $10,000 in subsidized loans and other types of financial aid. They are eligible for a $70,000 PLUS loan. Okay, it's cost of attendance, true cost of attendance minus any aid offered. So the college has to certify that. So, for example, I have one doctor down here in Sarasota. He has 3 kids in college last year. Harvard, Northeastern, and Lind down here. So he paid about $230,000, and he paid for it out of his earnings and savings and stuff. Right now, we're thinking about applying for a PLUS loan. Okay, he can get a check for $230,000 back because he's paid for college, and this PLUS loan is retroactive back to the first in a semester, so he can get the full $230,000. Okay, so
retroactive.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Right. Retroactive. Yep. So it's a quick source of cash.
Better rate than a credit card.
Yeah. It's a quick source of cash if you need it. Okay. And again, this fall he's going to have to shell out another $230,000 too, isn't he? So that's $460,000. That's money he may not have right now. Okay, or things are a little tight even for doctors. He's a orthopedic surgeon, and they're not operating. Elective surgeries are canceled. So, so he can take these loans out. To qualify, you have to fill out a FAFSA form, financial aid form, which Pearl can probably do. Let Pearl do it. Don't let Andy touch it. But
first thing you said all the time.
Right. And then basically it's a signature loan, no collateral, no medical, no tax returns, no financial statements. You got to prove you haven't filed bankruptcy in the last 90 days. Only one parent's got to sign it. So let's say we have one parent that's in poor health, or maybe one parent is their family tree is they have short lifespans. Okay, you may want to have that parent sign the loan, PLUS loan, because only one parent has to sign it. The other is not liable for it. Okay, so that's one advantage is one you can pick which parent. Okay, now let's say in this doctor's situation, okay, one of those loans have to be paid back. Well, normally your repayment starts when your child leaves college. Okay, that's when your payments start. Okay, let's say the doctor puts the PLUS loans in his wife's name. Okay, now if the wife takes 6 college credits for 2 semesters, or for a total of 12 for that year, and maybe they're online courses at $100 a piece, that's $1,200 she has to pay. Okay, for these online courses. There's a tax credit where she may be able to get all that money back from the IRS, lifetime learning tax credit. Okay, so for very little cost, she can defer payments on those PLUS loans for the entire year. So
for her child.
for all of her kids. Okay,
Yeah.
so let that doctor's case could say 230,000. He takes a loan out now, and then he takes another one out, or she does, the wife does, this fall. That's 460,000. So maybe things don't turn around real quick. So she doesn't have to make any payments on that loan. Okay, as long as she's taking 6 credits for two different semesters. Okay, that'll defer the payment for that year. Let's say she decides to do this. Does she have to complete the course? Does she have to get a passing grade? No, it's pretty loose. Or I shouldn't say that. It's pretty liberal or whatever. But it's now let's say she goes 10 years with that and doesn't make any payments. Then she decides, I'm going to switch to the income sensitive repayment plan, where it's based on her income. Okay, not her husband's income, the doctor, but her income. Okay, it's 10% of her income. That's the maximum she has to pay. So let's say she makes $30,000 part-time job. Okay, 10% of that is $3,000. That's all she has to pay, maximum. Okay, if she makes zero income, 10% of zero is still zero. Even Andy could figure that one out. So.
There we go. Yeah.
So that's the way you can defer it. And then if that person that signs a loan becomes disabled or goes to the nursing home, which indicates disability, or dies, the loan is forgiven. That's why when you're maybe picking which parent might want to sign for these loans, you might look at the health, the longevity of the family history of longevity, things like this. I'll be about 81 when my child enters Harvard, and at that time it'll probably cost $100,000 a year, and he'll probably go there for 5 years. I'll borrow $500,000 plus loans. I got 30 years to repay them, and I'm 80. I'll turn that loan into probably a scholarship. Chances are, right?
So I have a question, a couple comments.